Hello, I'm Ranger Russ from the Battle of Rivers Bridge State Historic Site. Today we'll be getting wrapped up in a comfortable bit of gear that was a Civil War soldier's best defense against the cold. The blanket. Army regulations in 1861 called for a 5-pound wool blanket, 7 feet long, 5.5 feet wide. Why wool? Because it has several advantages over other fabrics. Wool is more fire resistant than cotton or linen. Soldiers used open flame for all their cooking, heat, and light needs, often in close proximity to their blankets. Wool is also more resistant to bad smells from mold and mildew than other fabrics, which is good, as many soldiers rarely did laundry. And wool is an amazing insulator. Even when it's wet, it still can keep you warm, while cotton and most modern materials actively make the wearer colder if they get wet. This ability was undoubtedly a comfort to the soldiers who fought in the freezing swamps of Rivers Bridge during the bitterly cold battle here. Many of the soldiers who fought at the Battle of Rivers Bridge were veterans, like Lieutenant Jameson of the 10th Illinois, who noted that inexperienced soldiers would often discard their blankets on long marches, often to their eventual regret. Less than a week after the Battle of Rivers Bridge, Union troops at Binneker's Bridge spent an uncomfortable night being cold, wet, and hungry as they waited for their blankets to be brought up from the rear, where they'd been stored before the battle. Like much of a soldier's equipment, the blanket could be repurposed to fill more than just its intended role, literally in this case, as a soldier could turn a simple blanket into a comfortable backpack called a blanket roll. A blanket roll contained just the bare essentials and was perfect for troops who had to move quickly. To make a blanket roll, a soldier would spread out the blanket like for a picnic. Next, they'd add the shelter half over the top of the blanket. Then, they'd add the bare essentials, like a sewing kit, spare clothing, and any other personal effects. The blanket would then be rolled up along the long edge. Finally, the roll would be folded in the middle, and the ends would be tied together. The finished blanket roll could then be worn across the chest like a sash. I hope you've enjoyed this short look into the lives of Civil War soldiers. If you'd like to learn more about their lives or the battle that happened here, you can come visit us at the Battle of Rivers Bridge State Historic Site.